Hello everyone, welcome to FaMedieval, and today we are going to talk about the feudal system in medieval Europe. Feudalism was a dominant social system in medieval Europe in which the nobility held lands from the crown in exchange for military service, and vassals were internal tenants of the nobles, while the peasants were obliged to live in their lord's lands and give him homage, labor, and a share of the produce, notionally in exchange for military protection. The feudal system came into focus during the 8th century, when the Carolingian dynasty is expanding its territory. Charles Martel grants his nobles rights over the tracts of land to yield the income which they can provide fighting men for his army. This act of generosity, ultimately for his own benefit, requires an oath of loyalty in return. Thus, there develops the relationship between lord and vassal, which is at the heart of feudalism. The lord gives the vassal an income yielding fief, and the vassal does homage to the lord, formalizing the relationship. So now that we know the definition, let's clear what exactly is feudalism. Imagine that you're a peasant or a villain. The peasant did not have many rights in the Middle Ages, but he should provide food or services to a knight or a noble. That serf though did get something in return, which was arable land. Even though he did not possess it, he was free to use it as a staple food income for his family. As the knight or the small noble got what he wanted from the peasantry, he was then at service to the high nobles, or the barons. The knight should be able to provide military service to the high-standing baron in return for land, manors, castles and fiefs. The high nobles were vassals to the Night King too. They should have the ability to provide money or knights to their lieges in exchange for large amounts of lands like counties, baronies, and even duchies. So now you have the idea of what the feudal system looks like and why it was used for so many years. During the time of Charlemagne, the overlord began to bind his vassals with an oath of allegiance, a fealty, which is previously a simple handshake. Besides the oath of allegiance, there is also a deed of honor, which was sealed with the kiss, a practice that still exists today. The two men hug, the vassal kneeling, and the suzerain awards his vassal with the symbols of his new stature: a coat of arms, a slogan, a spear, a certificate of consent, and a handful of dirt, a symbol of his given land. In this way, they are considered life-bound for their respective duties. The vassal swore to serve and the lord to defend and help. Western society gradually became bound up with a network of contracts and obligations, which made it strictly hierarchical. This creates and develops the feudal ladder or the feudal pyramid, which creates the idea of perfect social relationships, while the reality is very different. In fact, feudalism is a confused mass of conflicting interests and loyalties with exceptions. At the start, the rights were clearer, but with the passing of the generations, it had accumulated disputed or unrecognized privileges, rights, inheritance disputes, and so on. In any case, the feudal society was indeed hierarchical, but in no way tidy. So thank you everyone for watching. Later there are gonna be more videos about the special roles in the medieval feudal society. If you like the video, give a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe and tell your ideas in the comments, and goodbye.